Guys, today I'm going to talk about playing the arpeggios at the end of Bark at the Moon. It's a very iconic passage, one of the most famous or popular passages from the 80s guitar repertoire. And when it came out, it was, and still is, when it came out, it was a barrier for a lot of local bands performing that song because that guitar solo was just too hard to play and it couldn't be faked easily. Prior to Jake having that solo, most of the popular guitar solos really involved more hammer-ons and pull-offs and tapping, popularized by Randy Rhoads, which is my favorite 80s guitar player, and Eddie Van Halen and others. And so you could really get by without having a really nice, fast, alternating picking technique. But for that song, if you didn't pick it, it didn't sound right. My band, I think, did play that song, but I ended up hammering on that last passage, and I played it something like this. Interestingly, Gus G seems to play it very similar to the way I just played it then. And I don't know why he does that, because he certainly has the chops to play it, I think, any way he wants. So I don't know why he chose to play it that particular way. I think Zach, he picks it, but he doesn't seem like he doesn't seem to play the notes that Jake played. Anyway, it's so let's dive into it. And I think that before you, I guess, kind of commit yourself to learning that whole solo, you should try to get the hardest part of this solo down, which is the arpeggios, in my opinion, unless you're a great picker. And I think that's actually a good formula for any solo you want to learn. Tackle the hardest part first, because if you can't play that, you can't play the solo, right? So tackle it and decide, in this one in particular, decide if you want to just hammer it on, or you want to pick it like Jake did. So the notes are the same whether you hammer it on or pick it. You can also do a kind of a hybrid combination I've seen people use, which is like pick and then hammer the last note on each string. So like, and if you play it that fast enough, you can't really tell that it's not all being picked. I can't really demonstrate that because I got to that bridge and I decided that I was going to try to go all the way and pick it. So, like I said, I had difficulty playing this, and it's still challenging for me. But recently I was able to play it at speed, and it really has come down to a few factors that I'm going to point out. Number one is pick. I changed to these jazz picks. They're really awkward at first because they're very small. They're very stiff, but now I can't play with a bigger pick because now it feels huge between my fingers. That pick there, it feels like a humongous pick now. So I've gotten used to the pick, but the main point is these picks are very stiff. I don't know what thickness this actually is, but it has very little bend to it, and that's important if you want to pick fast. The other important discovery that I made was that based on some YouTube videos, I discovered I was string hopping. So instead of playing with my right hand, just a smooth stroke back and forth, I was hopping up and down. So like this. exaggerating it there, but my hand is going up and down. And the reason that my hand did that was because my particular playing style, I was trying to, so there's two, basically, when you pick fast, there's two types of picking styles that people have. And one is a style to where when you're alternating picking real fast, you're escaping upward, or you're kind of downward, I should say, or you're escaping upward. The easiest way to see this is by doing a trill, or a tremolo, I guess it's called, tremolo. So do this real fast. Stop and look how your pick is slanted. If the tip of your pick is slanted towards the ground, you're likely escaping this way. So you're likely escaping downward. That escaping means you're missing. So I'm playing the B string. That means I'm missing the high E string by escaping above it, right? And so what I'm doing is I'm picking real fast. I'm doing my tremolo, and I'm missing the high E string, and I don't know how I developed that picking technique. It's probably when I was trying to learn eruption back in the day, or some of Randy's solos, like Mr. Crowley, that have that technique in it. But on close examination of that, I realized that that's what I'm doing, and my pick is slanted backwards. So most people have their pick, the tip of their pick slanted up towards them. Mine slants towards the ground. So you need to figure out what your natural picking style is. And I am too old to try to change my picking style. So I need to adapt to whatever I can already do. So in that case, when I play, when I'm playing fast alternate picking. So here's kind of the rules for me. If I'm playing even notes then I need to start with an upstroke for my pick. So this Bark at the Moon solo has 4 notes on this top string, so I need to start with an upstroke. So that was the problem that I was running into. I was starting with a downstroke. Now, if you're like most people and your picking style is a upward escape, then you would start with a downstroke. Unfortunately, I can't do that because that causes the string hopping. So I have to start with an upstroke. All right, so with that in hand, we learn the notes, and then we start building speed, and you need to use a metronome for this. And so pick a starting point, and let's just say 110. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to keep advancing the metronome until we can play it about 80% of how it's supposed to sound. So right now I put what I just played at maybe 95%, which is fine. We're not looking necessarily for perfection here. So I'm going to bump it up to 120 and try again. Now you need to look look at your right hand, what your right hand is doing, it should be working in one plane. Okay, now your hand could be angled this way, or it could be angled this way, or straight. However it is, it needs to stay in that position. If you're jumping around like this, it's not going to work. You've got to keep an even plane for your right hand, back and forth. Whatever you're doing on one string, it needs to be the same way when you're playing this arpeggio. Okay, so let's keep moving up. And our goal, I would say our first goal is 130. I'm going to say 135. So I mean, if you can't play up to that, then you got to set a different goal. So let's say 120. So let's say your first goal is 120, or even 100, whatever it is. But the first goal, before I would recommend that you try to learn any of the rest of the solo, is 135. So you just want to do the arpeggios until you get to 135. Once you get to 135, then you can start looking at learning the rest of the song, in my opinion, because you're at 95% of the full speed of the song. And once you learn that, you can go find a video on YouTube that has the guitar pulled out, and you can play Jake's part on here. And go ahead and learn the rest of the song and play it with the guitar track not in, and play it with the guitar track in. Then do that, go back to the metronome, get it going at 140, but your goal is 146. That's the speed that solo is played at on the album. When you get to 146, then, I mean, you're there, right? But I would say try to get it, let's do 146 first. Okay, that's still a challenge for me. But once you get to 146, then you can play at full speed with the Bark at the Moon without the guitar from YouTube. Beyond that, though, keep pushing. Try 150, and then once you're able to do 150, and it doesn't have to be 100% clear, but just 80, 85% good. That's your stopping point. When you get to the point where you can only play at about 80 or 85%, then in terms of like missing notes and sounding sloppy, then that's your stopping point. And that will make the 146 feel that much slower if you can play it faster than the 146. So here's 150. So that's a real challenge for me. If you get that going, then going up to 155. 155 is what Jake had to play this at live. They always seem to play it faster live on the clips that I have found. And so try 155, and then you can, that'll make you even more confident at the 146. 155 is really around my breaking point. I would put myself at about 90% on that one. So I would even push up to 160, and that's what I usually do. I push up to 160, and I think that'll make the 146 just that much slower, if you know what I mean. Not that it's slow, but it'll make it more comfortable to play at 146. The last thing I would mention is, because of my particular playing style, I can't muffle the strings very well because of the way my palm is sitting on the strings, or above the strings actually. And so at a slower speed I can do it. But when I get faster, I have to move my hand in such a way that my palm's not on the strings. I think it still sounds okay. Maybe I'll get to the point where I can mute and play at full speed one day. So anyway, I hope this video was helpful. And thanks for tuning in.